This week we talk about ways you can keep your home vegetable garden healthy and protected. And tonight we start from the ground and work our way up.
The important thing is starting with the soil. If your soil is not healthy, your plants aren't going to be as healthy. So get your soil tested, know what kind of fertilizers, if any, you need to put on them, and then apply it at the right amount.
When gardening, it's important to keep the entire plant healthy, but a key for a healthy plant comes from a different source.
The problem is if you lose too many leaves, then your plant isn't going to be able to take in enough sunlight to photosynthesize properly. Then you don't get as much production from your plant, and that's the biggest issue.
The plant that receives the most questions and concerns and is of mass popularity is the tomato plant. Its most common disease is called blight, which is when the leaves on the plant don't do what they're supposed to. However, there are two simple things that can be done to stop the disease.
Not watering from the top of the plant, but watering to the roots, or even having a system that is like a soaker hose that waters directly into the soil. And then on top of that, putting mulch around your tomatoes, because that prevents if it's raining, the rain will splash onto the soil and then splash soil onto the leaves, and that's how you spread disease.
Tomatoes aren't the only vegetable in your garden that can get a disease, but not every disease a vegetable gets is a be-all, end-all.
You can have issues with pretty much any kind of plant in the garden, unfortunately. Most of them are treatable. Some of them aren't really worth treating because they don't affect the fruit or the vegetable as much, whereas others, if you don't treat them very quickly, you'll lose the plant.
You may think that rabbits and deer are cute when they are out playing in a field, but when they come for your vegetable garden, you might think differently.
Rabbits, the best suggestion is to try to keep them out of your garden. And you can either do that by building a fence around a raised bed or having an extended wall made out of like chicken wire to keep the rabbits out. Deer, good luck. It's very hard to keep deer out because they can jump, and you're looking at, an 8 or 10-foot fence.
Now, it's not too late to start your own vegetable garden, and there is certainly nothing wrong with having a hobby that lets you eat after all your hard work.